Basic Brewing Video is brought to you by the American Homebrewers Association, a network of more than 40,000 people dedicated to the appreciation of beer, cider, and mead. Join at homebrewersassociation.org for recipes, brewery discounts, and other great resources. Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
I'm Steve Wilkes.
This is a Steve beer.
I got a beer.
I get to sit back and drink, and listen to you talk.
I haven't had a beer in months.
You haven't?
No, I haven't brewed a beer in months.
Okay.
Let's not get carried away. God forbid.
Somebody's confused the question.
Yeah.
But you brewed today for the first time in a long time.
At least 7 or 8 months.
Wow.
If not longer.
And it's not this beer.
It's not this beer. No, it's back there doing its thing.
But this is kind of a Rip Van Winkle beer, though.
This very much is. This beer was actually brewed on July the 23rd, 2020.
Oh, so here we are, July 5th,
2021.
So
it's set in the big Steve's Brew Shop cooler. TM. For a year.
Wow.
Almost. And I just never had the energy to get to it. And I just made sure that little airlock was full, and it sat there, and I was so worried that it wasn't going to be any good, but you'll have to tell me if it is.
All right.
So
while you're talking, I'm going to drink.
Let me tell you about the beer.
That's a lot.
This is a Belgian-style beer. I call it 10 minutes of art because I'm not sure what the style is.
Although
I couldn't decide.
This is more like 20.
Yes. Yeah. About a half an hour of art.
Should be a toe on this. Is like
It's 8 pounds of It's a 5-gallon batch. It's 8 pounds of Pilsner malt, Briess Pilsner malt, a pound of Munich, 10 Lovibond Munich, 8 ounces of Cara Munich, 8 ounces of Cara Vienna, 8 ounces of Melanoiden. I used a 60-minute boil and 1 ounce of Fuggle at 60 minutes, 1 ounce of EKG at 15 minutes, 1 ounce of East Kent Goldings at 5 minutes, and then I dry hopped for approximately 274 days with 1 ounce of Sots. And I pitched Imperial Loki.
Oh.
So it's
a kveik.
Yeah, and so the original gravity was 1054, and the final gravity was 1008, and it's a 6% beer. And it's supposed to be a Belgian pale ale. I think it's. You tell me what you think. I think it's got a lot of lemon going on.
I get a lot of spice.
Spice, yeah.
I get a lot of spice.
Mm-hmm.
And it tastes fresh. It doesn't. And it was in the secondary, right?
Right.
For most of that time.
Yeah. I mean, I managed to get it off the primary. So before my son left to go to grad school, so I brewed it. And then Chase had to leave to go to New York. And before he left, he helped me get it into the secondary. And then we got it in the fridge. And there it's sat.
Wow.
Covered, so no light got on it. We just kept the airlock filled.
Yeah.
And it sat there for a year.
Now, what's the ABV? 6%?
6%.
It's nice. It's very drinkable, but there's a ton of spiciness in there. And I think some of that is the hops. Although you think after a year they would be subdued some.
You do, but I get a nice hop character.
But I get some like fresh hop character, which is unbelievable. After you take care of your beer, you keep it cool, and you take care of you. But it's cleanly fermented. But there is some yeast character. It tastes like a Belgian beer. What temperature did you ferment at? Do you remember?
It would have been room temperature at the store, so I keep the shop about 72, 73 degrees.
But did it? I mean, kveik yeasts are notorious, or not notorious, but known for really getting after it.
It probably ramped up. To be honest with you, I don't really know. I didn't. At that time in my life, I was like, I was running on empty. So I was lucky to pour the yeast in there, and it did its thing. I do remember that it crawled out of the fermenter. I have pictures. It was like we named it Seymour. No, it named us Seymour. It was like it was crawling out of the fermenter, and we cleaned that up a couple of times, and Then got it moved over once it was done, and then let it set. That's what I remember.
It's super good.
Good.
It reminds me of the kind of Belgian golden ales like maybe Duvel. Mm-hmm. You know, although Duvel is higher in alcohol.
Right. It's like an 8.
But deceptively drinkable. Good malt character in this one. This one's a little more malty than Duvel probably, but real super crisp. And like I say, there's just I get it. You get lemon.
I get lemon and then spice. Mm-hmm. Lemon and then pepper and I don't know what else, but
There's
just
some
kind of
clove in
some
there,
little
maybe?
clove. Just some kind of dark spices.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Not cardamom, not kind of brighter flavors, but
This would go good with ham
oh yeah,
or pork
or
or smoked pork,
that would.
like a big Boston butt.
I like big
Big
butts
butts
that
that I
I
cannot
cannot lie.
We should. That's all we should.
That's it. No royalties
And no rapping.
and no never.
You're in jazz, and I'm not musical at all.
Well, I did when I originally brewed this, I was thinking it was a Belgian pale ale. I'm not sure it is.
What would you call it?
I don't know. I wanted to call it a Belgian single Trappist. Oh. That's what I think it most fits.
I think. Let me throw this back at you.
Okay.
I think it's more of a triple than a single.
And I would be okay with that too.
Because it's 6% alcohol. It's not. It's too big to be a single.
I know.
But it's got spice in it, and
Yeah.
it's big and golden, and I think it's a triple. There you go.
I'll take that too. Whatever. That's why I called it 10 Minutes of Art.
I love triples, and I'm trying not to drink this way quick before because we still got to talk a little
It's
bit.
pretty good.
It's dang good.
Well, the big lesson here, I always try to have a lesson. The lesson is
I need music. Steve's lesson.
5-stroke roll. Left, right, left.
Do your
right,
paradiddles.
left. Yeah. No, the lesson is what James said. If you can't get to your beer and you have to leave it, get it into a secondary, fill it in the appropriate size container. So I had it in a 5-gallon carboy, and it was filled all the way to the top. I had an airlock on it. I had the airlock full of water. It never got dried out. It always stayed in there. And then the stopper, and then I kept it covered so that light never hit it.
And no oxygen.
No
exposure.
oxygen got into it, and I kept it at about 36 degrees.
Oh wow.
So that's what the fridge is at.
Yeah.
And so it just sat there.
It lagered.
It lagered for a year.
Amazing.
That's it. Oh, and then what else did I do to it? No, forget it. Forget what I was going to say.
You did keg it.
I did keg
at
it.
high pressure for a long time, but we won't get into
that's
that.
a whole other thing. I kegged the beer, and I was going to try to get it kegged and ready to drink quickly, so I put it on 30 psi, and then it's like in a submarine. It's like dive. I put it at 30 psi, laid it on its side, I rocked it a few times, then I set it in the fridge again to cool down, and then it clogged in the dip tube. When I first tried to pull a beer, and then I couldn't get to it, and so it sat for about a week. But I forgot to turn it off at 30 psi.
That's a short term. You don't want to do that for a long time.
No, you don't want to do that. That's a real short term. Like I got a party coming, and I really want to get it done.
But despite
It all worked out.
yes, there you go. Take care of your beer. Try to make notes. A little reminder on the calendar, but
I make these mistakes so you don't have to.
no, it's delicious.
Yeah, we've suffered for this beer, and now it's your turn. See you later.
Happy brewing, everybody. Come and visit us online. At basicbrewing.com, you can find archive lists of our audio and video podcasts on home brewing. You can also find our DVDs and our brewer's logbook, where you can track and log up to 50 batches of beer. If you're in Fayetteville, Arkansas, stop by Steve's Brew Shop or find him online at stevesbrewshop.com.
Can you believe that? That's a year old.
That's really good. It's one of those recipes that's hard to replicate.
Yeah. That'll probably never happen again.